warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, my name is Siti Shahirah Binti Sharir and I am from class JAC2202B with a metric number 2021494528. Okay, market equilibrium is the quantity which producers are willing to produce and the consumers are willing and able to purchase. So as you look in the graph, when quantity demand is equal to quantity supply, it will reach the equilibrium point at E. This equilibrium is when the price level is not at intersection of demand and supply curve. It will either become surplus, which you can see at P2 in the graph, where supply exceeds demand, and at a higher price, producer is willing to sell more than consumer is willing to purchase, which will result in price being pressured to go down until it reaches equilibrium. Or the second situation is shortage, which you can see in the graph at P2, where demand exceeds supply, and at a lower price, consumers are willing to purchase more than the producer are willing to sell, which will result in price being pressured to go up until it reaches equilibrium. Eggs has been rising since early this year. There are a lot of factors that affect the changes of price, and one of them is the government's decision to remove the ceiling prices for chicken and eggs, and the next one is the abolition of subsidies by the government, which is the Malaysian Family Maximum Price Scheme that ends on 4 February 2022. This will surely increase the prices if no alternative plans are implemented before the removal of the seed ceiling prices and subsidies. Joining with that, increase in chicken's feed prices was also one of the many reasons for the rising price of chickens and eggs. This price increase will affect many people like restaurant owners, people from lower income groups, and also livestock and poultry farmers. But this situation not only has a negative impact on people, it also has its own bright side, like helping livestock farmers and poultry farmers that we are about to discuss next.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Zuhairah binti Razali and I am from JAC2202B with a matrix number 2021609882. So today I'll present to you about what is actually the causes of this situation, which is the prices of chicken and eggs has been rising since early this year. Nowadays, the hot topic conversation of the main topic of every lips of Malaysian is their worries about the rising price of chicken and eggs. As we are informed by the government, the prices of chicken and eggs has been rising since early this year. As you all know, there must a lot of reason that causes to this situation, but we will concentrate to the two main points, which is the first one is the increase in raw material prices, and the second one is the abolition of subsidies by the government. The increase in the price of raw material is an effect of the war that took place between Ukraine and Russia. Ukraine is one of the countries that export poultry necessities to the rest of Europe and Southeast Asia. Ukraine is the largest producer of corn and wheat as the staple food of poultry. And according to the Minister of Plantation, the effect of the war between Ukraine and Russia, as well as unpredictable weather, have led to a global shortage of poultry feed, which is the feed we give to the chickens. In addition, poultry producers have suffered losses and could not keep production below the ceiling price due to several factors, and one of them is rising costs of importing raw materials such as chicken feed. In the end, most farmers have chosen to stop producing chicken due to the increase in raw materials, and other factors of farmers have chosen to increase prices even at the limit price set by the government. The second one is the abolition of subsidies by the government. Subsidy is a government incentive as a form of assistance or support in terms of finance given to the economic sectors, namely businesses or individuals, with the aim of promoting economics and social policies. Previously, subsidies were given to the poultry farmers to help ease their burden, to obtain supplies of raw material and so on. Previously, the ceiling price was set by the government on several items including chicken and eggs to help the consumer or buyers to get their daily necessity or food at cheap prices. Selling price are one of the type of price control. The selling price has their own limit set by the government, and the price limit is the maximum price that can be charged to buyer or consumer of goods, commodities, and also service. The government will put a ceiling price on some daily items or necessity to help the people get their daily supplies or necessity. As a result of the cessation of selling price on poultry and eggs, poultry prices will float and depends on market forces.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Binti Sarni and my metric number is 2021886134. I will be the third presenter and my point of presentation is about causes prices of chicken and eggs had been rising. Effect on increasing chicken and egg price. The first point regarding the effect of increasing the price of chicken and egg is that the price of food based on or sold by chicken or eggs increases. The effect of this problem is that food stall or restaurant traders have a problem in obtaining raw material. The raw material is chicken and eggs. Due to the increase in the price of chicken and egg, and traders are somewhat difficult to find it, traders need to increase prices even though they are aware that the solution will cause problems for their business because buyers or consumers will leave. In addition, the effect that traders must face from this raw supply production is to manage food production in a limiting manner by taking conclusion of losses and profits that will be obtained by traders. Traders are likely to reduce or limit food or dish based on chicken and eggs due to increasing chicken prices. The second point regarding the effect of the increase in chicken and egg price is to have a negative effect on the low income group. The effect of this problem is that low income group need to count the number of chicken and eggs they buy. Due to financial factor, they are always careful and need to limit the quantity of their daily needs. This can also have an impact on the national economy in the food industry. In addition, it is possible for expansion of food inflation to occur due to higher food market price compared to their income. This will cause these groups not to be able to enjoy their needs to the fullest due to financial problems.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and hi everyone. My name is Farzana Binti Azhamshah and my metric number is 2021899306 and I will be the last presenter. Next, I'm going to talk about the current situation of current issue. So, chicken is one of Malaysian favorite meats. Everyone loves chicken. Consumers as well as traders are being impacted by the price of chicken, which has increased to what many consider frightening proportions. Following the government's export ban, Malaysia's chicken supply appears to be gradually stabilizing, but the retail price are still remain high. Malaysia is currently facing problems of chicken shortage. The Malaysian government said that they will stop exporting up to 3.6 million chickens per month starting on June 1st until the domestic pricing and production could stabilize. Although Malaysia has the ability to raise chicken and eggs at levels close to self-sufficiency, but the country's reliance on imported chicken feed, whose costs have risen recently due to a weakening ringgit. There is shortage of chicken feed as a result of the conflict in Ukraine and erratic weather patterns. The supply of chicken in Malaysia is limited since the chicken are consuming less and growing more slowly than usual due to the shortage of chicken feed. Due to rising in expenses, cost of production, and other considerations, some chicken farmers have stopped producing, and there are also some of them have boosted the prices of chicken and eggs to gain profit. In conclusion, the economy is something that is difficult for any party to expect. Solutions and ways to improve are always needed with interesting and profitable ideas to prevent an economic downturn in the country or a sudden economic collapse that can make a country bankrupt. The impact of the increase in chicken prices had led to food inflation, and it also affects the lower income group people. As for the lower income group people, they might not afford to buy the chicken because of the prices of chicken is expensive. This has caused people to be more careful not to buy food outside and they rather cook by themselves at home. And converting chicken to other readily available raw material needs such as fish and others. This can have consequence for the food business market. In the end, the demand for chicken remains high despite the lack of chicken supply, because chicken is a much needed raw material requirement, and the majority of the population in Malaysia all make chicken as their main food or main dish. That's all. Thank you.